Hello and welcome to Jackson's Job. Today we're going to learn how to make some crispy and chewy coconut cookies. The ingredients are quite simple, and if you notice, there's no eggs in this recipe, so you will be excited with the price of eggs these days. The first thing we need to do is toast coconut. We need 1 cup of sweetened coconut, that's 90 grams, and we're going to heat it over medium heat for 3 to 5 minutes, stirring constantly until it gets a nice golden brown. You'll want to also preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. Make sure to cool down your coconut completely before you move on to the next step. In a small bowl, we have 1 cup of flour, 150 grams. To that, we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 3 grams, and 1/8 teaspoon of salt, 0.625 grams. You are then going to put in your completely cooled coconut. Remember, you want this cooled or it will melt the butter. And you're going to mix this together briefly until it's well combined and set it aside. Next, we have a 1/2 cup of softened butter, 113 grams, 1/2 cup of sugar, 100 grams, and to that we're going to add 2 tablespoons of water, 30 milliliters, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, that's 5 milliliters. By using water, we do not need an egg. That is the secret to this recipe. You want to mix this until it's well combined and smooth like this. And then we're going to add in that coconut flour mixture from earlier. And you just want to stir it until it starts to come together and will stick together when you squeeze it with your hand. Now if you want to use a hand mixer you can, or a stand mixer, that's perfectly fine. Just beat this on a low speed and don't over mix it. Once you have it mixed together, you're going to pour it out onto your work surface, and then you're just going to gently start squeezing the dough together to form a rough rectangle. This will take a while, but don't worry, it will eventually come together and form a smooth dough. Just keep working with it. You will end up with a rectangle about the size of 2 inches by 6 inches, that's 5 by 15 centimeters. And you just want to wrap this up and chill it until it's firm. 2 hours or overnight. Overnight will develop the best flavors. I'm wrapping it in wax paper, but you can use saran wrap or even a bag. A few hours later, or the next day, we're going to cut this. You may want to use a cutting board that isn't warped like mine is, because it's sliding all over the place and making it very difficult to cut this. Now you have 2 options. You can use a serrated knife and use a sawing motion, or you can just use a sharp knife and press down. I'll let you decide which one is best for you. And say hi to Luke in the background. Every one of the animals came to visit as I was making these cookies. They all love the taste of coconut. Even Scout is in the background on this one. Once you get these cut, you want to space them about 2.5 inches apart, that's 5 centimeters, and you want to bake them 10 to 14 minutes or until the edges are golden brown. Once they're completely baked, you want to let them sit on the rack for 2 to 3 minutes before you remove them to a wire rack to finish cooling. If you remove them too quickly, they will just fall apart on you, as these are a very tender cookie. Now let's look at one of these up close. Aren't they gorgeous? They have this nice light golden brown coloring, and they just bend really nice. They have this chewy interior, and Maggie is absolutely enamored with these cookies. She is begging for them already. Here comes Raymond running, and Jackson's in the background as well. The dogs love these cookies almost as much as we do. And they're safe for dogs. Well, most dogs. You have to ask your vet, of course, as always. And yes, they are getting several bites of these. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Thank you for watching, and as always, happy baking.